What is up, everybody? Solomon here. First off, I want to start with a disclaimer. If you see any scam ads on this video, please do not participate. All right, today is going to be a great video. We do have the Ripple Q2 market report. We've got some other news with what I feel like is adoption across the board as well. So please stay tuned, watch it the full way through. There's also the government of Brazil basically is their tax registry system is going to be fully blockchain integrated by the end of Q4 of this year. So that's extremely interesting. We will go over that. I did want to take a minute to touch base on the tragedy that happened in Beirut today, and Lebanese capital rocked by huge explosion. I'm not sure if you saw the video yet. It probably just came out about an hour or two ago, but yeah, I just wanted to send my condolences out there to anybody that's been affected by this. And it's just, the video is just very hard to watch. So it's extremely tragic. So, okay. All right. So Q2 2020 XRP markets report, which just came out last night. And disciplined, responsible stakeholders continued pause in XRP programmatic sales. In Q2 2020, total XRP sales were $32.55 million versus $1.75 million the previous quarter. Ripple continued the pause of programmatic sales, focusing solely on its over-the-counter sales as part of providing increased XRP liquidity to RippleNet's on-demand liquidity customers. This added liquidity is vital as ODL continues to evolve and expand into new corridors. A healthy, orderly XRP market is required to minimize cost and risk for customers, and Ripple plays a responsible role in the liquidity process. As more financial institutions leverage RippleNet's ODL service, more liquidity is added into the XRP market. That said, Ripple has been a buyer in the secondary market and may continue to undertake purchases in the future at market prices. Total sales, OTC only, given programmatic pauses, ended the quarter at 18 bips of crypto compare top tier volumes. Okay, we get it. So sales in Q2 over the counter were obviously more than in Q1. So we had $32.55 million worth of sales in Q2. Now, we'll get down into here a little bit. XRP's, this is about volatility. XRP's standard deviation of daily returns over Q2 was 3.0%, representing a decrease in volatility from Q1's 6.2%. Very interesting, because we're going to get into this in a second here. There's another document that basically refers to RippleNet, and maybe they're referencing XRP as well, as a stable coin. So we all know that XRP, except for the past week and a half, has been extremely stable, which is just very interesting. All right, escrow. In Q2 2020, 3 billion XRP were released out of escrow, 1 billion each month. Nothing new there. In total, across the quarter, 2.6 billion XRP were returned and subsequently put into new escrow contracts. For more information on the escrow processes, see here. So 400 million were not returned. On-demand liquidity, which is what you probably are all interested in here. More than ever, financial institutions are seeing the value of RippleNet's ODL service to provide instant global payments and meet market demand, especially during times of crisis due to the exposed risk and increased volatility. In Q2 2020, ODL accounted for nearly 20% of RippleNet volume. That's big, everybody. Comparing just the first half of 2019 with the first half of 2020, Ripple experienced 11 times year-over-year growth in ODL transaction volume. The domino effect, people, it's the volume that's being utilized through ODL, and it's going to continue to do that. I would be very, very shocked if we get one of these reports where ODL transaction volume as a portion of the whole of RippleNet volume, where it's lower on a quarterly basis. But we'll see. You never know. Early on, Ripple identified remittances as its primary use case and will continue to focus on supporting low-value, high-frequency payments with ODL. Ripple is reducing its emphasis on large treasury payments, which are traditionally used to fund businesses and services in the absence of real-time transfers. To support individual low-value transactions, addressing the growing need in remittances and small and medium-sized enterprise payments. Now, if you want to see a great video about this, Sam I Am did a fantastic video. It's To the Lifeboats on YouTube. And I'm not a big fan of them moving away from the high value, the treasury payment aspect. However, you know, I'm not going to sit there and argue with a company that has pretty much has cornered most aspects of the market and that has developed these relationships with most of the largest financial institutions and banks across the globe, you know. And like I always say on this channel, you need to diversify, right? I believe in XRP 100%. I always talk about diversification as well, though. So, all right, XRP integrations and liquidity update, which is what I'm interested in. The development of liquid and robust markets is key to the success of ODL. The second quarter of 2020 saw numerous integrations that helped contribute to the health of XRP markets. Of note, Binance launched XRP exchange-traded options contracts. In the derivative space, XRP perpetuals are now found on all of the top 5 derivative venues after Huobi DM's launch of XRP perpetuals in April 2020. Additional notable integrations from Q2. This is Sygnum Bank. I did a video on this. The first fully regulated crypto bank added XRP to its highly regulated custody solution and financial platform. Similarly, Zero Hash integrated XRP to its settlement platform, allowing digital asset businesses to access U.S. markets. Zero Hash is a division or a subsidiary of CX, a registered CFTC swap execution facility and holder of a New York Department of Financial Services BitLicense. Swisscom blockchain, one of the largest telecommunications providers in Europe, successfully launched XRP on its DAPI platform, enabling enterprise-grade access to the XRP ledger for a wide array of use cases. And mobile payment startup Uphold completed integration of XRP into its wallet. Ripple hopes to see continued evolution of XRP. Great. All right, liquidity and volume. XRP ended this quarter as the 5th most traded digital asset, measured by rolling 30-day volume. XRP volume remained relatively strong as overall digital asset volume saw a dip in the second quarter of 2020. XRP Ledger saw over 85 million total transactions, and XRP's adjusted transfer value ratio was 200.512, the highest among all digital assets in Q2. All right. XRP is useful for the movement. Great. In June, Xspring, Ripple's open developer platform for money, joined over 46 plus companies, including blockchain.com. This is about PayID. So I did a video on PayID, so you can check that out as well. Regulatory activity. So we see the OCC nominated Brian Brooks, who came over from Coinbase, and he plans to unveil a new payments charter, hoping to create a single federal framework for tech firms to offer services traditionally offered by banks. This is not new, ladies and gentlemen. The OCC has been trying to provide special purpose fintech charters, which would essentially allow a financial technology company to operate as a bank and bypass state regulations and basically operate at the federal level. Okay. This is all about regulation. I did want to get a little bit into this Ripple Insights for the Q2 report, so you guys can check it out. I will link this definitely in the video, okay? I want to get into the rest of this here. But I do want to go over, and if you don't follow Galgatron, or maybe Galgatron doesn't follow you, but I really appreciate this dude's insight. I like all aspects of insight across the spectrum and as far as XRP is concerned, because I think that you have people that are super realistic about where this is going and very grounded, and then you have people that are not super realistic and not so grounded. And it's an ecosystem of people that all believe in the same thing, but that might have different opinions as to how this goes. And you know, he basically is just trying to smash some FUD here, okay? Because I know we always hear that Ripple dumps on the community, but we just saw in that report that Ripple buys XRP at market price and may continue to do that in the future. So check out Galgatron's tweets if you're interested, okay? Now, Revolut partners with TrueLayer to offer open banking features in Italy. This was interesting from today. If you're not aware, and you'll see it in a second, Revolut offers a handful of cryptocurrencies in the UK, namely XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, I think Bitcoin Cash. You'll see that in a second. Now, as far as the US is concerned, I believe they still only offer Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they are partnering with TrueLayer, who also mentions Ripple in one of their slide shares. So to offer open banking features in Italy, okay? Revolut has partnered with TrueLayer, a financial service API provider, to incorporate open banking features in Italy. According to a release issued by the digital bank, Revolut customers in Italy will now be able to connect their Intesa San Paolo, Unicredit, UBI Banca, Banco BPM, or Poste Italiane bank accounts to Revolut, meaning all information may be viewed in a single app. Revolut reports over 400,000 retail and business customers in Italy. That's huge. Interestingly enough, if my computer doesn't freeze here, we can see that cryptocurrency is available. This is in the UK: Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, and Stellar. And as we discussed, they are still waiting to integrate with a lot of those in the US. They do offer Bitcoin and Ether in the US, I believe. Now, this TrueLayer, okay? This is a presentation by them from 2018 that is showing that they are essentially integrated with, or plan on integrating with multiple digital assets, I believe. So you can check that out. You can see Ripple, XRP, Lumen, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Dash, Ether, etc., etc. Interestingly enough as well, these Italian banks, Intesa San Paolo, which is a member of Swift GPI, also trialed XRP, okay? I went over this in another video. R3 member banks involved in the trial included Barclays, BMO Financial, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, Intesa San Paolo, etc., etc. The implication of the trial is that digital assets such as XRP, which enable real-time value exchange anywhere in the world, offer a lower-cost alternative to Nostro accounts. All right, also, this is Unicredit, okay? And we saw that from the previous slide. They partnered with Ripple as well. They've worked with for a Ripple-based proof of concept. They were currently testing Swift GPI proof of concept. So, as I state many times, there's not one single solution. They're building these DLT rails in parallel with testing other initiatives. And we all know what happens whenever everything's tested and they realize the utility. I'm sure they know the utility of digital assets, but everything will combine at some point. I believe very much so that digital assets and distributed ledger technology will swallow the legacy system. However, the rich stay rich, right? They're not going to just let these legacy systems die, okay? At least not in the interim, in the short term, okay? This was a Nexi presentation. If you're not aware what Nexi is, they're an Italian bank that specializes in payment systems such as Nexi Payments. They put out a document talking about Ripple as a stablecoin, cryptocurrencies. So this talks about open banking could lead in the medium/long term to a greater market opening and partial disintermediation or cannibalization. So it's going open banking initiatives are going to eat legacy systems, okay? And in the long term, the evolution of blockchain and distributed ledger technology could lead to the growth of new payment technologies also able to disintermediate part of the value chain of payment cards. For example, through the use of dedicated cryptocurrencies, so-called stablecoins, now essentially used for international payments, e.g. Ripple, okay? All right, now I saw this today, which was interesting. This is fund operating PGW. This has nothing to do with XRP, except for they do mention Swift and XRP in here. So I guess it does have something to do with them. Announces acquisition of 3% of the transfer token, a Japanese cryptocurrency. And what's interesting, though, is that they state directly in here, they strongly believe this project has potential in overtaking XRP and Swift. So they're not talking about Ripple. They're talking about XRP and Swift, right? We always hear the rhetoric of Ripple and Swift, right? Ripple versus Swift. This was interesting and stuck out to me because they're directly mentioning XRP versus Swift. And that's exactly where we know that this goes, right? Instant settlement versus not instant settlement. Not needing to pre-fund accounts on the front and the back end versus still having to pre-fund. I mean, what do you think wins out in the end, people? All right. TerraPay enables instant money transfers to Pakistan. Payments infrastructure company TerraPay has teamed up with Bank Alphala to launch home remittance services to Pakistan. We can see TerraPay here, and this is from Gonzo XRP. I don't know if I posted this or not, but I was trying to rush together and put this video together. But I had heard of TerraPay. That you can Google that. They're a Ripple customer. But shout out to Gonzo. I'll hit you up, dude, in the DMs on Twitter as well for this. Since its inception, the TerraPay founders focused on developing a robust, scalable, and agile tech platform in compliance in the acquisition of payment intermediary and money transfer licenses. TerraPay has built partnerships with global money transfer companies, including Western Union, who's still testing XRP, Visa, who has many ties to Ripple, Express Money, MoneyTrans, Paga, Ria, we know Ria is RippleNet, Instant Cash, Ripple, and MoneyGram. So TerraPay is RippleNet, and they teamed up with this bank for home remittance services in Pakistan. So that's interesting. I'm curious to see where that goes. HashCash is blockchain-based remittance solution to global banks via HC Remit. HashCash HC Remit is a blockchain-based cross-border remittance platform that offers high-end transaction solutions to global banks and financial institutions to bring down the cost of the process and time. Now, this says HashCash Consultants is helping global banks to modify and transform their remittance operations and payment processing by leveraging HC Remit and integrating the same with their existing infrastructure. The aim is to lower the cost and time it usually takes for remittances and the elimination of intermediaries. The leading blockchain development company is extending blockchain aid through innovative financial products to streamline the legacy processes in the financial sector and beyond. And this is powered by blockchain, okay? Now, if you are not aware, they even talk about it down here. It eliminates the need for third-party processing platforms like Swift and other payment gateways, which charge a hefty amount for transactions without offering any kind of traceability or transparency in the process. Now, I posted about HashCash back in September of last year or November of last year, and shout out to Matt on Twitter for bringing this back to my attention. I did see the HashCash article this morning. I had to look and see if I posted about HashCash because I knew I'd heard it before, and I did. So this is anyone in the XRP community researched HashCash Consultants. They utilize Ripple Tech, and their remittance platform sounds an awful lot like XRP/X Rapid Utilization cross-currency. Now we can see here, this is technology used by HashCash Consultants, okay? Right up first, they have Ripple. Then they have Bitcoin, Ethereum, EOS, okay? They've got all the coding languages. They've got the cloud initiatives that they utilize, et cetera, et cetera. So they obviously are utilizing Ripple. And this was from the same presentation. This is that HC Remit, which we just talked about. So, all right. Now, real quick here, we've got the Monetary Authority of Singapore. We've got the National Research Foundation and the National University of Singapore announced today that they will be jointly setting up the Asian Institute of Digital Finance to support the needs of digital finance services in Asia. Institute is expected to open its doors by the end of 2020. Just more digitization, education on digitization, etc. Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub and Hong Kong Monetary Authority invite global innovators to participate in a trade finance digitization tech challenge, okay? And this is about blockchain as well. So deadline for submissions is the 31st of August. And let me make sure, hold on one second here. Yeah, interested firms. The tech challenge is being administered by the Deloitte Asia Pacific Blockchain Lab. We all know Deloitte and their blockchain initiatives. They've worked with Stellar. They worked with Ripple. They showcased RippleNet integration into Temenos with Bluzelle. So great. Found this today, which was very interesting to me, okay? This is in Brazil. This is from the government. This is Digital Transformation Plan 2020 to 2021, okay? The origin author of this is the Administrative Council for Economic Defense, CADE. And if you're not aware what CADE is, it's Brazil's national competition regulator and an agency of the government of Brazil, okay? And talks about this Cadastro de, I'm going to pronounce that wrong, CPF, okay? The CPF is the Brazilian Individual Taxpayer Registry Identification. It's a number attributed by the Brazilian Federal Reserve to both Brazilians and the resident aliens who pay taxes or take part in the country, right? Now, if we get down into here, access to interoperability and data analysis. The base of that taxpayer registry is going to be on blockchain by the fourth quarter of 2020. Why do you think that is, everybody? Why do you think that they would base taxpayer registry on blockchain, okay? You think it might be because they're planning on utilizing blockchain, planning on utilizing digital assets? I don't know. Just throwing that out there. I'm not sure if that's common sense or not, but you know, interesting find today. So again, I did want to make this video today, you know, and just thinking about all the people that were affected over there in Beirut and Lebanon. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Hope this was informative. I don't know, but I have a hunch that there's going to be some very big news ahead. Yesterday and today were a bit slow, but glad to see that the Q2 markets report came out as well. All right, you guys have a great night. Later.